So you all remember, I know it's been a while because the last videos we had, anyway, the time has been distant since we talked about it. But you all know I've been playing around with different papers, and I had mentioned that I was playing around with different papers, figuring out what I like, what I don't like. So I decided to play around with a different paper, not just in the texture. So yeah, we're going to work on this in black. I'm currently not sure how I feel about it, but I have been playing around with it. I've even been adding some shimmers. All right, so I'm applying more undercoat. I do intend to get back up to the top. This is Strathmore. Yes, Strathmore Artagain paper. It is a regular drawing paper. It doesn't have like, it's smooth. There is a slight bit of grain, which seems to work really well for makeup. I think you need more grain for pastels to work as well, although I think people do pastels on this paper. But yeah, I have found that rougher papers do not necessarily help. One of my biggest issues with working on black is putting in the shadows. Our hat has quite a few shadows, and when I put that in, it makes the hat appear to blend into the background. So I'm still working out how to make that work out. I will say one of the frustrations with this paper that I've had with this paper in particular is how it's almost like when I'm trying to blend the individual bits, they don't want to blend. They overtake one another. It's just a little aggravating, to be honest. This whole process is still a process of learning. I think one of my biggest surprises about using this particular paper, I thought the purple on black would be amazing, and it is not nearly what I thought it would be. It's interesting. The purples on this paper, and it's probably the purples I'm picking versus anything else. I mean, I'm trying to pick these really nice deep purples, but the paper is black, so that's a problem. And the purples don't appear to be coming up as well as I'd hoped, sadly. So I've been struggling to get my colors to show the way I would like them to show. And it's been a challenge. I think it's just been a challenge. We'll just go with it's been a challenge. It's been I do have a line along the bottom, but I don't know if anyone can see it. And the black just ends up melding into the rest of the black. And yeah, I'm wondering if a blue would work in there. I don't know if I have a blue dark enough. I have a real pretty blue in here, but she's a shimmery blue. I don't know if you want a shimmer. I want a shimmery blue on the bottom. Anyway, so I'm trying to work out these challenges, and on a completely different paper. I think in this case, it's not the paper type, it's the color that I'm trying to figure out how to work. And it's honestly interesting to sort a little bit. See how that comes right in and makes it look like negative space? It doesn't blend with the purple. It kind of overtakes it. It makes it look like there's nothing there. And that has been my problem with trying to figure out the shading part of things, how to get the dark pieces in. They don't want to be. Maybe I need to work with like I said, a blue. I don't know if I have the right color blue. At least not in a matte shade. Now, this is another nice thing about this paper that I discovered. It erases incredibly easily. I need to find a blue. I appreciate it erasing easily. I mean, it means I have to start that layering over, but oh, I think that does it. We found it. I found it. It looks like a dark shadow without blending in. You can see that difference in that edge. I have been fighting this since I started this over again. Just this whole bottom edge is supposed to be in shadow. But when I use the black, it disappears into the paper. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that much better. I like that much better. Babies, I like that much better. Now, we are going to try to mix it with some of the black. See what happens. I am trying to tap light. Okay, so that still seems to take it pretty close to the paper color. If I lay down the black and then top with the blue, we get that darker color. But the blue makes it stand out from the paper itself. Oh, oh, I'm happy. I've been trying to figure out how to handle this black edge because every time I tried to do these black shadows, it was like, okay, so now it looks like the paper. And you want the whole thing to kind of stand out. I wonder if using a blue pen would help, because the pen line I put down here, I have been fighting that too. I've done a bunch of purples, and those purples haven't helped. So I've had to number my stapler pens. They have no numbers, they have no colors anywhere on them. So I numbered them so I would know what I'm using. We're going to try this 34, which I believe is the darkest of my blues. Yeah. After this, we go into purples. If this doesn't work, then I have my oh-hoo-hoos, and I have another set. But let's. It is dark like it needs to be, but even as it dries down, I can still see the line. Oh, this has been a fight, you guys. This has been a fight. You can really see the line as I initially add it. But then as it dries down, you can still see it there, but it's not as stark. Oh my goodness. This is a problem that's been driving me nuts, and I'm glad to have a solution to it. So the other thing I've been trying to work in is this Moira. She is so pretty, and she doesn't quite fit anywhere. But I wonder if I can place her along this upper edge. Her shine kind of disappears, doesn't it? I wonder why that is. So that didn't work out very well. I don't even know. Maybe it just doesn't do well over those, maybe those star shows just don't do well over the face makers. But I need to fix this. This is not. I wanted a bit of a shine. I am attempting to fix this. We're going to erase it with the white underneath, because I don't think I've attempted to erase anything with the face maker. Yeah, the Wet n Wild under it. Oh, nope, nope, nope. It's erasing the stuff above it. So that's a lesson. Once the Wet and Wild is on there, babies, it is on there. Okay. Okay, so that scrapes it up a little bit. Yeah, that white. Once that white's on there, it's... Well, that's a lesson learned. Yeah. Yeah, that color is not quite right for what I needed. Okay. Attempting to salvage the things. So applying our undercoat again. Undercoats are something that I learned from reading stuff on pastels. I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure that the makeup needs it, but I also don't see any harm in it. So that is going to be a lot like one of my limes in my first one, where I experimented with something that didn't quite work, and it left a blotch. This one's leaving a blotch. Blotchity blotch, blotch, blotch. Anything, that spot is being stubborn about taking anything else. Ooh. Ooh. She says, ooh. I am going to have to think about how to repair that. Hi, baby. Hi. Okay, I better move stuff. Kitten is in the room. There. I moved the stuff that was in her way, and now she can get on her little platform. I think. Hey, no, no, no. Don't play with the camera. I know. You hear me talking. I'm talking to them and not to you, and that's upsetting. I get it. We are shaken because she's moving around, but she's up on her spot. You up on your spot? I think for the most part, the tip of our hat is done for the most part. Just me doing some tweaks, which I do a lot of, I know. But I can move more into this area. It takes too much work to do this shit. Anyway, I think that's about it today. An hour and a half, give or take, to just fine tune this area and mess up the top. So I will figure out a way to fix it at some point. At any rate, so yeah, that's going to be it for today's session, and I hope that you will go ahead and like and share and subscribe. Comment down below how you think it's going. I have to admit, one of the things I'm not too sure about is in my inspo photo. Hopefully you guys can see this without too much trouble. That's my light. There are some really stark, straight lines, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. They look, in my actual work, they look too straight. They look too, like, too much of a fine edge, if that makes sense. For some reason, I feel like there should be a bit more of a blend to some of the edges, and I'm not getting that. So I do like how this upper edge came out. I'm going to have to do both edges. I wonder if I should do a light blue around that, because I was doing purples around everything. I wonder if I should do a light blue. Yes, this is done. This is done, she says as she grabs another pen. Okay, we're going to try 33 on this top edge. I have so much stuff around me, I have to sit here and find stuff. Now, I may want to go to a purple. I think I tried a purple before, but .33 is not showing up nearly as much. I do see myself developing an edge there. I don't see it as well as the other one. I just think the other one's going to be too dark. I guess that gave it an edge. Clearing some of that glitter that is now all over the page. And since that section's supposed to be done, let's see. We can play around with this. The thing with the black is, what I need to cover up is not a bunch of messy spots, really. I have to clean up areas where light things have shown up and scratched on the paper. So I don't think that's doing much. I don't think that's doing the same as it does for light colored paper, where it clears out all the messiness, because the messiness doesn't show up as much on the black paper. I do seem to have a few spots where I did some erasing from my sketching, and I can still see the lines. You probably can't, but you know, when you're the artist, you're hypercritical of your work and you see all the flaws. All the flaws. I think I'm happy with that. Are you amazed? I'm amazed. I think that top edge is done. I will probably tweak some more down along the bottom edge with the blue now that I know to do it. But in the meantime, yeah, we're done. We're done, she says, for the 15th time today. Make sure you can see that. I have noticed that this light that I use over the top fades out as I'm working. I don't like that, but it is what it is. It starts off dark and then I don't know. I don't know what happens to it. It dies. There. Does that help? Can you see it now? Anyway, you can see the shimmers. We still got a little bit of a shimmery edge along there. I don't mind. I'm actually pretty pleased with that for the most part. All right, so for the fourth time, third time, umpteenth time, we're done for the day. And like I said, I hope you've liked what you've seen and that you will go ahead and comment down below and let me know what you think about how it's going. And what do you think about the witch's hat being on black paper? I do have the last one I started on the much larger Strathmore, the huge on the gray paper. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to finish that. I really want to give it a shot on this black paper. And you'll have to let me know what you think about that. And like I said, like, subscribe, share, all the things. And in the meantime, I shall see you later. Bye. Damn, my voice.